Raptors finally win 2 games in a row for the first time this season. The Hornets and the Raptors faced off for the second time in 3 days. And you know what? The game went down to the wire again. And it was a close game once again. And the Raptors prevailed once again. And this was a game where the Raptors again could have put this game away early. In that second quarter, the Raptors had a double-digit lead. And I'm like, okay, the Raptors are playing well. Let's see how they close this quarter off. And then bam, they let their 15, 16-point lead dissipate into about a 2-point lead or a 1-point lead at halftime. And the Raptors allowed Terry Rozier to get a running start and then hit a one-legged, deep 3-ball. But he should have been stopped at half court, but he hit the buzzer beater at the halftime. Lowry was pissed at both Boucher and Malachi Flynn for letting him turn the corner and getting off a much closer look at the rim. And it's those kind of mistakes and those kind of lack of focus that the Raptors just allowed the Hornets to hang around all game long, especially near the end. If VanVleet hits that 3 in the corner, it's like a 7-8 point lead and this game is over. But with 3 minutes and 4 minutes left in the game, VanVleet misses and the Hornets chip away and chip away and chip away. And Graham hits a couple big threes. Rozier hits a couple big threes. And now, bam, it's like a 1-point game. Luckily, Boucher knocks down his free throws this time around. And the Raptors escape with Rozier taking a fadeaway 3 to tie the game. And he doesn't even hit rim. So the Raptors escape with the win. But the Raptors got to be better. Got to close out better quarters and games. Lowry with the biggest shot of the night. Raptors needed a basket badly, and Lowry with the step back fadeaway, fading to his left, his typical signature shot over Gordon Hayward, which was huge. Lowry's probably our go-to guy at this point because Pascal Siakam's been struggling, but Lowry came up huge tonight. Siakam, a bad game, foul trouble once again. He is second in the NBA with 4.1 fouls per game as he continues to struggle with foul trouble, just getting his hands just stuck in the cookie jar, just trying to reach in too much. Just got to move your feet and stay vertical, stay straight up, and stop jumping. And I think Pascal Siakam needs to learn that. Yes, it's early. Hopefully he learns it as he goes on, but he needs to get better at that. But yeah, MVP tonight, it's hard to pick just one. I would like to pick Norman Powell, but Chris Boucher as well. Both of them combined for 44 points off the bench. Norman Powell tied a career high in 6 threes, and Boucher 20 points off the bench. Norman Powell 24 points to match his number. Both guys were massive. They played huge fourth quarter minutes and provided a huge spark and much needed offense from the bench because Pascal Siakam only gave you 9 and Baines gave you 0 once again in the limited time that he played. And the Raptors, if they're going to play small ball, they're going to need some scoring, and these guys provided tonight, especially from the outside, which was huge. But key factors in this game that the Raptors struggled with. First off, they went small, which is expected because the center position isn't giving you anything. But they stunk at rebounding tonight, got dominant on the boards. Second, the Raptors had to face off against the Charlotte Hornets' zone, which led to the Raptors taking tons of perimeter shots, but also made the Raptors more stagnant and slow, just getting into their offensive sets. And then it took them about 5-6 minutes in that third quarter until Nick Nurse drove it into the heads, start setting screens, start getting some movement, and then they started getting open shots. And then the Hornets had to revert back to their man-to-man defense. But the Raptors abused it after, and you know what? It got them back the lead, and they took over the game after that. But the Raptors' defense got to be solid for 48 minutes. Close out the possessions. That's key. And the Raptors' offense, it did a decent job. But this got to get more movement. Got to be more consistent. They've been playing great for let's say 16 minutes. And then bam, they go to a 5-minute stretch where they can't even get a bucket. Can't have these huge droughts like that. They got to get to the free throw line. Struggled to get to the line tonight early on, but near the end of the game when the Raptors were getting fouled, they started getting some free throws because they were up a few points, and then they had to stop the clock, the Hornets. But the Raptors got to continue attacking and getting to the rim and getting to the line. That's what helps the Raptors cut down these leads. Chris Boucher and Norman Powell did a great job of doing that. The Raptors also did a great job of stopping Gordon Hayward, who had 21 points at the half. The Raptors stopped fouling him, stopped sending him to the line, and he ended up with 25 points in the game. But he looks rejuvenated. He plays hard, and he's very crafty in the lane, Gordon Hayward. He knows how to bump these guys with his shoulders and angles, and he gets to the lane easily. Great pump fakes, and just a great mid-range game that Gordon Hayward has. But Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier, huge shots in this game to keep them afloat. I think they combined for 44 points as well. And you know what? It was a tough game. But hopefully the Raptors build on this. Their first 2-game winning streak of the season. Got to keep it going. One thing I noticed about Nick Nurse tonight, he changed up the rotations. Initially, he had Kyle Lowry come off first, and then VanVleet play the rest of the first quarter. But he switched it around. He had Lowry play most of the first, and then VanVleet come off with the second unit, trying to mix and match. And that's why you seen VanVleet get such high assist numbers tonight. 15, 7, and 10 from him. A poor shooting night, 4 of 16. He had tons of tough shots he was trying to make, but you know what? He fought through it, and he made some tough baskets down the stretch. But his assists and his playmaking was great tonight. It's the bench unit, that second quarter where the Raptors really thrive in the beginning, because they get Boucher and Norman Powell, high energy, high octane guys, getting good looks and playing good offensively. Shout out to Stanley Johnson and Malachi Flynn. They had their good moments here and there. Stanley Johnson, a great defensive possession to close out the game twice. When Chris Boucher was subbed out, Stanley Johnson was put in for defense. He stopped Terry Rozier's last fadeaway, and he also stopped Devontae Graham 2 possessions earlier and forced him to a shot clock violation. So Stanley Johnson, hats off. Your defense is solid, and you're playing decently offensively, which is nice to see. But Raptors got to keep it rolling. But man, it's going to be a struggle with this team not being able to close quarters, but we'll see if they improve. Guys, let me know what you guys think of tonight's game. Shout out to the Raptors for another big win. Let's keep it rolling, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the Raptors Wrap Up. Until next time.